Fabulous, mother love. Because I don't think if I don't think of myself as being fabulous, how are you going to be fabulous? Because I love all the fabulous people and their friends and the other people who might not think you're fabulous. But I'm here to tell you, you are. It's another great day. I'm just happy to be above ground. That's what I want to say. And we waste so much time. And I did this time thing on how much time I was wasting and what was I wasting it on. And I realized that I'm probably waste. When I say waste, it's like not doing what I should be doing at the time that I'm wasting the time because I'm like, okay, yeah, I know I got to go in here and do this. Okay, yeah, I got to go in here and work on the show. Okay, and then I'm going, okay, but now that's what we're working on. That is what we are working on today, and we have an absolute ethereal person, an ethereal spirit. This gentleman he says, we stand united as we participate in the 2024 agenda, which started today. How apropos was it that we started today? On this day, he's got an agenda for how to keep money, how to keep us together, and how to be, and why you ought to learn how to be in tune with the universe, and mostly in tune with the universe. And hey, can you hear me?
Yes, shalom, beloved. I can.
Oh, hello, my dear. How are you? I know some of it. I don't know all of it. This is Big Levi. Big
Yes,
Levi knows that welcome to the show. He
thank
is a spirit filled man. He is moving in his life. Sometimes life have a way of just kicking you on your buttocks and you got to look up and go, okay, now what do I do? And then it hits you. So this is Big Levi talking to the program. Tell me how you got started and what you do. Now, before you tell me that, tell me about you growing up in the lower fourth.
Yes,
Wait a
beloved.
minute, aren't you impressed that I knew that?
Yes, me growing up, as some people might already seen upon my accent, I was born and raised in what you might refer as the Voodoo Island, aka Haiti, which is another word, Ayiti, which is its true word.
Mm,
A lot of things people didn't know. The person that we are calling or referring as Christopher Columbus, he was sent exactly in Haiti in 1492. That's the place that he landed. He did not come as a mistake or he got lost or he was looking for spice. No, he came directly over there. And when he stepped out of the ship or the boat, he went and talked to the Levites or the priest. And the first thing he asked them, he didn't say good morning. He didn't say, hey, how you guys doing? He just came in and he says, where's the temple? Where's the Mount of Christ? Where's the temple of Solomon? And the priest told him, well, we already told your ancestors you can't get to the temple. And then he started wailing on them. Christopher Columbus is considered to be the first Adolf Hitler, so to speak, in this area we call the Americas, which is called the fourth part. So growing up in there, and I was taught by the elders and what people might refer to as a mystical art, but it's more like a spiritual things. I was taught multiple languages such as French, Creole, Spanish, and some Latin
mhm.
because my father went to school and he learned Latin and Greeks and French, so they taught me some of that. And after a brief time in Haiti, well, I say 17 years, and I was somewhat exiled over here, and I landed in New York. I went to Canarsie High School, and I was trying to do my own stuff, but the Holy One had a mission for me, and the mission is to bring His nation at peace.
Well,
And
isn't that something to
yes,
have? Because that's a big task.
it is. It
It is.
is.
I mean, that is overwhelming to hear. That
Yes,
what you do. Okay, going back, you said that you were exiled.
yes.
What's that about? And where they exile you to?
Well, the thing is, the reason why I use the word exile
Mhm.
is whenever somebody you are moved or you're forced to move out of your country, out of your land, or out of your house,
Mm.
you are exiled. It's not something you just did voluntarily. You say, hey, you know what? Let me move to Florida. Let me move to New York. You had no chance but to move because if you stayed, you might face certain death. So you had to go. You had to leave because your life or your future was in danger. So that's why I use the term exile. But it was something that was done in the good faith because the Holy One wanted me to start my mission here. And indeed, I am here, and I have quite a few stuff to share with the people, with the audience, and you and the beloved brother. Although I already share it with him, but I will do the best that I can do to share it to the ability that the Most High God Almighty allowed me to do.
Okay. So when did you know that this gift, because it is a gift, don't you consider what you do a gift?
Yes, it is. Actually, in the book that we are writing right now, there is a portion that will teach the people your mission and your gift.
Okay, well, wait a minute. What when you say we are writing a book, who are you writing a book to, and who are you writing the book? Who are you writing the book with, and who are you writing the book to? And when did this hit you?
Well, we use the attribute we as me and the nation, mostly me and whatever has directed me. I always try to avoid to use the letter I, or I'm writing a book, or I'll do this, because it's
I
true
get
to
it.
my pride,
I
because
get
I am what you call a Shemeshite or a Solarian, because I was born on Sunday.
and the sun is you are closest to the sun in where
Yes,
you were
and
born.
the spirit of the son are very proud.
Yeah.
So
They, okay.
also, I always try to somewhat download or downplay, downgrade, and say, "Hey, we are writing this book," but it is us, the nation.
I, I
So,
I I get that part. I understand that part because when you say, see, you could tell that you're the kind of person who you're in at the forefront, but you want to lead from the. Let me just help you all understand this and let everybody that comes around me and around my voice, let them understand. And to that, you got to be understanding and be able to discern what is good and what is right because there's so much evil out
oh,
here.
it's
Can
a
we just do a together? What you think?
it's a
It's,
lot.
it's a lot.
It's
And when did you know that you had the strength to do this? Because you pretty much said, you told God your plan, and He just kind of like, okay,
yeah,
you
the
think
thing
I'm
is,
gonna do that? Oh, I got something for you, son.
yeah, beloved, tell you the truth, we all have our own plan, but our own plan is not the mighty one plan. And we always plan ahead. For instance, when I was a youngster, say 17, 18, I wanted to be a rapper, producer, filmmakers, and all that, which I was, and I did, and I had some success. However, the path that I was undertaking was not designed by the Holy One for me to do. So every time I went and do the things that I thought was my plan, and I met with great failure. Everything was decline. You can say my plan, my future was cruising a hearse. It was already, that's what it was. So, and the Holy One hit me with the, the task, I would say, the mission that will reveal my gift. And ever since I was a little boy, I noticed that my mind is not like the others. I don't think like them, and virtually I did not speak like them.
Mhm.
And I have an air of maturity that you would attribute it to an adult. So I always ask my mother
Wait, you're not an adult?
when I was a little boy.
I was going to say I can't be aiding and abetting to the delinquency of a minor.
And I would ask my mother, and why is it I am not like the other kids and I don't act like them. I'm always either very serious or very calculated person, so to speak. And she told me about a word that I was born with called intuition.
Hmm.
A lot of people possess this quality. They, whenever they come upon something, it only take them a matter of time. They will figure out whatever this thing is, whatever this problem, and they're like, "How did I do this? This is my first time doing this thing," but yet they felt like I've been doing this. I've done that. So it was in that context when I came here. There was a movement called Jacob's Trouble.
Hmm.
For some people that do not know, Jacob's trouble
Some people.
literally mean that our people We'll go to so much in the future. We will be captured again. We will be put in camp. We will be tortured and killed and stuff. And my mission specifically is to tell the nation that's false. We already went to that. We went to a lot of stuff. We went to the Inquisition, whether people want to call it the Spanish Inquisition, which they have the Spanish Inquisition, the Roman Inquisition, the Japanese Inquisition, because we were ruling all over there. We were in Japan, we were in China, we were all over the earth. We were traveling, and just like we are traveling now. But
Mhm.
my mission is to put the nation at peace and tell the nation that our Heavenly Father, the beloved the Mother, the Holy Spirit, she is in the midst of us. And this thing, as you may be aware, that there's a planet which they decline and say, but Pluto is not a planet, but indeed it is. It was considered, or suddenly it's not now. Pluto is in the midst. It's an Aquarius. It entered in January the 21st, 2024 at 7:59 p.m. because of this remarkable feat that Pluto did. The last time he did something like that was 240 years, 41 years ago, during 1776, when the so-called American won their independence. So
Mhm.
now it come back to rebalance, reshift, reborn the power. So this is starting now. The event that you're seeing, they were going to escalate it. So the Holy One tasked me with bringing light and peace to my brethren. And as in, he gave me the title. My mission is a high advisor to the court.
Mhm.
That's what, when we check my spiritual background is a high advisor to the high court. A high advisor is somebody that is there to, when the king need a certain advice and certain things, they will check. I'm not quite sure if you're familiar with the animated movies Aladdin. With,
Uh, Aladdin, okay. I like
Aladdin.
where you said Aladdin.
Yeah, with
Don't you know
Genie.
the genie, the genie's in a bottle, and
Yes.
magic, and grant me three wishes. The first thing I would have wanted when he said, "Rub the lamp." What the lamp? He goes, "You got three wishes." I said, "How about I do nine wishes?" I, no, you could take this one back, but I want to keep this one because you are such a spiritual person, and you would have to be in a position where you could get your heart out, get your spirit out, get what it is that you need to tell the people to unite the nation. And what nation is this? Is this Big Levi's nation?
No, unfortunately, it's not. Unfortunately, it is. When we say the nation, it's, let me go a little bit on history. We've, a lot of our people, well, right now they call us black people, but when we say the nation, we mean the ancient Atlantean, what we are calling Enoch, because what the land that you're calling Haiti is a part of Atlantis. In fact, when Christopher Columbus came in, they sent him to the Temple of Atlantis. That's why he asked the priest, he said, where is the temple?
Wait, okay.
Where is the Mount of Christ, the Temple of Solomon? So the Atlantean, which is Enoch, they descend, they become Abraham, the Hebrew, then they become Isaac, they become Jacob, and now they are known as so-called Hebrew Israelites, and then they become as black people because we were in a curse. So this is the nation I, so to speak, was sent to share information with. They share with me, I share with them.
Mm.
They tell me, I tell them, because we are a nation of information sharer, which means we share wisdom and knowledge. So that's what it is. One of the, like I said, being a had advisor in the movie, the animated movie Aladdin, there's this guy named Jafar, which is the bad guy. He
Mm.
was called the Grand Vizier, which is a title which means he's an advisor.
Mhm.
Truthfully, Jafar was the guy that was ruling the kingdom, but he was ruling it from the shadow. That's the job of another advisor. Like, for instance, the president, they have an advisor, a person that tell them, hey, I would
Right.
advise you to do this. Those are the people that, if they want, they can be truly in control. So that is my mission, to be an advisor to the nation. For instance, you can ask me, well, Big Levi, my name is Mother Love. I would like a background check on me. What is my mission? What is my gift? What is my guardian angel? What is my day? What is my color? What is my perfume? My cologne? What is my medals? Because all of you have those things, and the moment you have them, you are getting closer to your spiritual power.
Now I can agree with that because and that's what keeps us all unique with each other. And also, when you really think about it, it's how we keep our individuality, because we think different, we act different, we walk different, the whole 9 yards, and yet we are still human beings. That's the first order of business. And being able to talk to them, especially in the trying times that we are going through right now, it just didn't I really didn't dawn on me that we would just go down a rabbit hole in the United States, and like
Yes.
people want to see this experiment, this delicate experiment called freedom, where you and I can get to talk and exchange ideas. Because wait a minute, I don't think we want them two people talking to each other. He gonna be trouble, and it's a good thing. And I can tell this behind all that hair on your face, you got a baby face. I see them cheeks. I'm mother love. I got that gift, and to tell and then people what. Okay, so you're talking to a new person, and you're sharing with them what it is, who you are, and what it is you do, and why you do it.
Yes.
What would you say to that person who comes up and they say, Big Levi, can I learn more from you? How do they go about doing that?
Well, the thing is, like, the first thing to know is the knowledge of oneself.
Mm-hmm.
Once you know who you are, what you are, you know a little bit about the Holy One. The one that, first of all, when you encounter somebody like this, you have to always remember that you are tasked to bring the light onto this person. However, if there is two people in the darkness, one of them is blind, and the light shine into the darkness, only one person can see it. You can force the blind person. You can say, hey, there's a light here. He can see it. And he doesn't want to. And then he's not interested. I'm not saying this to disparaging the blind folks out there. This is just an analogy, a metaphor that I use.
Mm-hmm.
The person that is in the dark, which is blind, he can see the light.
Right.
So the first thing I do when somebody come unto me and I say, well, beloved, I have this thing, I would like to know more. That means there is a seed in this person. All I have to do is put a little water in there.
Mm-hmm.
Time put the water and the person will go. The first thing that I do, I ask this person, what is your birthday? Not your birth date, but your birthday, the day that you were born.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, a lot of us there's 7 days, which is analogous to the 7 planets. Some people were born on Monday, some people were born on Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. When the person gives me the birthday and the birth date, and I check and I see who's the guardian angel and what is this person will excel on. For instance, you got a lot of people out there that are, let's say, nurse, when in fact, they were not supposed to be nurse. They were supposed to be lawyers. When they go study lawyers, they would have blown people out of the water.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
You say because the day of the week, and we only have 7 days, well, 7 days according to somebody's calendar, whoever decided they want to make up time. I'm still ticked off at the people who came up with daylight savings time. As soon as I find them, because there's always they someplace, they did it, they said it, they won't do it, they won't say it, they won't stand up. Okay, so when you're at this point and you say, what day were you born on? So that means that all of us are connected throughout the week simply because we were all born with the day that has a Y in it.
Yes.
So what's the difference between being born on a Sunday and you were born on a Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the difference that you were born on a Sunday and somebody like myself was born on a Tuesday or a Wednesday? How would we relate? Because, and another thing, what you just said, it clicked in my head. You said people want to be a nurse. They go to be a nurse and they don't like, that's not what they were supposed to be. That wasn't their assignment. Their assignment was to do another job.
Yes.
So do people get, what the word I'm trying to say, is this where the metaphor comes? I hate my job. I hate my job. But you get up and go every single day to a place you hate. You get right in your stomach when oh Lord, the closer you get to the job, you're like, okay, I gotta get my game face together. I gotta get my game instead of bouncing out the bed.
Yes.
Thank you, God, for giving me today and let me see how I can wreak havoc and run them up. Okay, yes. Yes, I do.
Bullseye.
Is that
you hit the target? That is the purpose of the spiritual background. A lot of people, for instance, a lot of people becoming nurse because certain people become nurse and they making money, and
Mhm.
they think, okay, well, if I come a nurse too, there are unlimited people that are getting sick and they pay very well. So it's somewhat in a search of security. When, however, when you become a nurse, this is not what you thought it was. You despise those people. You can't stand that coworker. And then, as a nurse, your life supposed to save people, but you feel like you want to do the opposite to the others because you hated that job. Yeah, because one thing is, there is, every single person have a specific mission. There are people, we had a brother, he was a judge, he was supposed to be a judge. If he studied to be a judge, he would have been one of the best judge, and blow people out of the water. They got another sister that's a jurisprudence, which is lawyer, anything that have to do with the law. And we have sisters that are healers. Those are the true nurse. Okay,
Mhm.
those are the true people that can heal people. So this is one of the things that you can find, the job that is designed for you, and you will love doing it. Life is an adventure. It should never be a bore. You should never wake up one day like, there you go.
Oh my God, I hate to get out that bed.
Yeah,
I don't feel like putting on clothes.
it's not. And the thing is, beloved, when it comes to bed, the only bed a person should be lying on for a very long of time is a hospital bed. And most people don't want to be there. The moment you
And
get
water
out
come through my
of
nose.
bed,
You're right.
you get out of the house, do something even around the house, or go for a walk and do some stuff. You're not supposed to be laying down in your bed moping around or be on the couch and thinking like what could have been. Make it.
I,
Remember, you become what you think about.
what you think about? We
Be-
went to Africa. We had the privilege and the humbling honor to go to the motherland, our motherland, Mother Africa.
yes.
And when we got there, it just filled so many gaps in my history and our history as Americans. The things that I learned over there, like you said, blew me out the water.
Yes.
I did not know. I kind of sort of knew, but it didn't really make sense when I was growing up. But to be there and to stand in the doorway of no return, where the slave ships backed up, it was about as wide as this TV screen, and they backed up in there in chains, going through, and found out uh, how because I'm saying, how did they not stand out in Mother Africa? I mean, you gonna stand out. They knew I was American because they considered me. My complexion was not like theirs. Anyway, they filled so many gaps. I found out why the brothers used to hang around the street lamp and sing and be doing their doo-wop stuff. I've understood why women could get in the kitchen, and even if you don't like that chick next to you, we have a mission to accomplish, and we work together. And it was white people didn't come through Africa and snatch them away. They're all on the coast. Them Africans were sitting cleaning out the what does he say? They're fleshing out fleshing them out, thinning out the herd. And I would have never thought one of our ancestors owned slaves and bought some slaves. So who are we angry at? Why do we feel like we have to carry this burden? Because we don't you think we're smart enough to see what's going on, see what has gone on, and how we can stand in the gap to change it, so the people behind us don't have to go through all of this angst.
Beloved, before we go into this, I would like to say not all skin folk are kinfolk.
Well, now we know that. Mhm.
A lot of people that look like us, beloved, they hate our guts. They'll smile in your face when it is advantageous. They will be on your side when it's good, when there is an opportunity. A lot of them are somewhat, I would say, a negative opportunist. So why is it we still are mad or things or the things that they said that happened to us in Africa? Well, let me clarify certain points concerning this matter. When, for instance, when people say the Africa, and remember that's what the so-called the enemy told us, when in fact we were all over the world.
Mhm.
We were ruling in Spain for over 700 years. And the so-called the people that you're calling the French, the original French King Louis the 16 was what you call a black man. There's a movie called The Prince. and the Pauper. It came in 1937, and it talked
I saw it.
yeah, you saw it.
That was like a kid staple to watch.
Yes. So if you will watch the movie, they will tell you the truth within the first 10 minutes of it. When they said they were turning the herd in Africa, so to speak, they were literally giving away or selling away the people that were not their people.
Right.
Those your ancestors, they look like them, but they were not the same people. You might notice in Africa they have what they're called tribalism, so to speak. Well, you're not from my tribe. He's not from that tribe. A lot of the people over there, they are indeed our kinfolk, brethren of us and sistren, but a lot of them, they were not. That's why when the so-called the white men went over there and those people were capturing us, which we were not their people, they were selling all over in Africa and France, Europe, and here in America, because we were already here in America. And then they are selling those people to them because we are not the same people. They are what we referred as the line of Ham or Ham. They are Hamite. We are from the line of Shem, which
Mhm.
is the Shemite. So the blessing or the lands, the best land around the world, belong to us. A lot of people, for instance, the so-called the Chinese in China, they are not the original people of China. When you go to China, did you know that Mao Zedong, or the chairman of the Communist Party
Mhm.
CCP in China, made it a law that you should never teach history past the 1940s. If they caught you in China teaching history from the 1800, the 1700, anything beyond, you can go to jail and you can be executed. They got the statues, the ancient statues in China. They remove the head. You cannot. There's no head. But when the with the features of the body feature, the stature, when you look at them, you're like, this is a black man figure, but they remove the head. Some of the statues that you see in Egypt, for instance, the nose are chipped, the lips are grind out, because the full lips and the flat nose tell you who they were. But in China, they remove
No,
the head.
just get it.
They just remove it. So the people, one of the reason why we are mad, and we think we should be doing better, because what had happened to us was a curse. It was prophesied. It was supposed to happen. Now we are regaining all those things back. But again, beloved, before what we call a rebirth, I believe you call yourself mother love. You're a mother. You give birth before, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Giving birth, the pain is no joke.
That's the reason why they call it labor. It's
Labor.
the reason why you're in so much pain. You hate that guy. I just
Yes.
hate that guy. I don't even understand this. And I glory in the spunk of parents who have more than 3 children. You know, you can get a boy, a girl. See, I would have stopped there. I stopped having after I had one. I was traumatized, and I was like, "What? What am I gonna do with a child? Oh God, are you what?" He said, I got you. Don't worry about this. And
Yep.
there were no instructions.
Mhm.
There was nothing except what I could get from the history of my family and the way that they revere children and the way that they raise them, and you know all these rules and regulations. And I'm like, look, it was hard for me to name the child.
Yes.
Well, mostly because my husband, I wanted to name him after his father, and he was like, "No, I'll give him his own name." I'm like, okay, he didn't have a name for a week. They said, okay, well, you can't leave without naming the baby. And then me and my sarcastic self, I said, well, name it the baby. He was like, don't. See, see, that's why I have to be in a controlled environment. They don't let me out often. And since they let me out with you, I want to say thank you for sharing your time with us. Okay, so back to the Hammonites and the Shemites and all
Yes.
of the mites over in the motherland. So we're talking about Africa and how when I went over there, I would have never ever ever thought that black people had that the people of Africa had anything to do with the transatlantic slave trade, and they were dying on these ships, and the Africans really didn't care because they felt like, okay, we weeded out the riffraff. Okay,
That's
let's stop.
because they are not your people. They despise you. A lot of them, that's what they did. And again, beloved, one thing that I want to clarify for the audience and the viewers and the listeners: before the most of our people, we are not we did not came from Africa. We are not so-called African. We are the original native of America. America is our land. We pay for this land by the blood of our ancestors.
What about the Native Americans who were here before we, or what we embedded in that culture as well?
Again, beloved, there is a term we use called swagger jack. You see, anybody, certain people that are listening here, certain one of them, they've been victim of identity theft.
Mhm.
Somebody can just steal whatever that you have, model love or whatever, and claim to be you. And let's say, Lord forbid, you get into an accident, you suffer from amnesia, and you don't know who you are. You wake up and that person claim, hey, she is the mother love. She always been doing the show and stuff, up until you check the record of this person.
Mhm.
You go beyond that. You go beyond whenever you had that amnesia and you find out that, wait a minute, you are not mother love. I am. I forgot because I had this accident. I am. This belonged to me. That belonged to me and stuff. It is whenever somebody come and claim, well, I am the native of this land. Tell them I don't care. I am the original people of this planet. I don't care if you are this God's people, that people. I am the original. That's what everything that you see here belong to me, and they will return unto me. A lot of people, they have to go to the so-called government to get approved to be, let's say, a Native American or Indian, or so to speak. You have to go to this book that we are studying right now called Black Labor and White Wealth,
Mhm.
okay, by Dr. Claude Anderson. So
Right.
Dr. Claude Anderson taught us that a lot of so-called Native American are the one dubbed as the $5 Indian. So what is a $5 Indian? Back in the 1800, when the American government was giving land and blessing to the so-called black folk as a form of reparation, so to speak, a lot of white people went to the office and they will tell the clerk like, hey, I'll give you $5 if you you know give me the title of Indian, and make me an Indian. So they become the Native American. When we, the so-called black folk, the original Native American, went to those offices, they were declined. The so-called black American never received his 40 acres. He never
Oh, I'm
received
still
his,
waiting on.
he never received the $100. He never received the reparation. Did you know the so-called American government give the Japanese reparation? That's why Japan is so far advanced. And this money that they give to Japan was generated by black labor. Like you said before, that's why they call it labor pain. Again, beloved, in order for us to regain all those things, there must be a labor, there must be a pain, because labor, giving birth, whatever this child, there will be a pain. And this child, believe it or not, are born with their own name. You are born with your own name. You have a spiritual name. I have a spiritual name, brother Prime Black. Recently, we were discussing the blessing that the Mighty One bestowed upon him, and I wish I could switch place with the brother because of the blessing that he had. When we check, only two people has this quality that he has. So you have a
Two
spirit.
people in the world, or two people that you know?
Two people so far out of 100 we check, those are the only two guys that have the quality that he has,
Mhm.
the blessing. Things that people are paying thousands, hundreds of millions, billions to become, he doesn't have to do that because he already is. So when it comes to, when we're talking about the Native American, a lot of those people are not true native. They are not true native. Just like right now, when we look at the so-called the hood, and the hood are being somewhat gentrified. And
Mhm.
a lot of people, what they put in our people now is a fear. Well, move out of the city, go off grid. There will be a bomb that will destroy the city. And our people, because PTSD, slave post-traumatic disorder, they are in fear and they are afraid. They moved, they left the city. And what did white folks did?
Right in there.
They go right in there. And what did they did again? They are not that much though. They bring the migrant to padded their number. And
Mhm.
while our people going in the desert, 100 degrees and above, and try to live in fear of a war that already did happen. And this thing that's happening right now has nothing to do with us. This thing just passed over our head. And as you can see, it's happening to certain people that have done us wrong, and those folks are paying.
Well,
And
hold on a second. I want to do this because Cynthia M. Clemens Lee. Hi, Cynthia. This is Big Levi. Cynthia says, you ain't doing nothing but showing the facts. You ain't doing nothing but talking about what's really happening. She agrees with you that we are the original. I'm trying to
yes,
open this up so you could actually hear her. Okay, they told me don't touch the buttons. Another lady, Joanne, she's out of Cleveland. She says that he is speaking the truth. I am watching. They are
yes,
watching. And Miss Lee says we are the original Americans. So
yes.
you got okay, yeah, your turn to sit down. Your turn to sit down. He just is my engineering executive producer, right? You know who this is. He's speaking the truth. That's my girlfriend right there. That's my oldest girlfriend. See, I told you my friends to come in. That's my oldest girlfriend, Joanne. Hey, beautiful. She looked magnificent. And Cynthia, can I talk to him? I can talk to him. Well, anyway, you're listening, and I appreciate you guys listening and paying attention. Okay, so now we're talking about Big Levi and the spiritual. Is it a spiritual war?
Well, yes, beloved. Everything is spiritual. The most spiritual things you can do is farming, or aka gardening. When in the good book, when they referred to the curse of Adam, when the mighty one say, Adam, I curse you. Well, they didn't say curse, he said, well, you're going to till the ground, and that's out of the ground, you are with the sweat of your blood, with the sweat of your brow, that you're going to eat. It was not a curse, it was in fact a blessing. The greatest secrets are containing in the earth. That's why they make our people walk in a cotton field, because we had the ability to withdraw or draw the secrets or the wealth, the blessing from the land. That's why they enslave you or enslave our people in our own land.
Right.
Okay, so the earth is out of all the four elements that has all the element within them. Remember, all there are four elements. There's fire, water, air, and
And
the earth. My element is fire. I'm not quite sure what your element is.
mine is the earth.
Yours is earth. That means you have your element is tetrapolar. Everything is on the earth. The greatest mysteries is upon the earth. We are molded, so to speak, from the earth. So when the land that we have here, the land that we are upon by blood, by right, is ours, and it is connected unto them. The thing related to Africa, if we did really indeed form or is the original people of Africa, they would have built all the prison in Africa. They would have shipped, if you do a crime here, they would have shipped you back to Africa.
Back to
They would have deport you to Africa, but yet they don't. They built all the prison here, and if you do or something, they bring you here, they put you in, they imprison you here, because they know for a fact that you and the land, you work together. You are a blessing. And they cannot literally eliminate all of you. All they can do, as the beginning of you said, they can tending the earth. Somebody asked a question. How do you know? I'm not quite sure what it is. Mrs. Jenny Davis.
oh yeah, that's Janie. Hi, Janie.
How do you know your element, or how do you know your day, or your colors, or your perfume, or things like that? I'm not quite sure if this person is still here.
Well, how do you know?
Okay. Well, for instance, how do you know your element? Mine is fire. There are 12 houses. Each of the houses are divided by 4 sects. There are 4 sects that are fires only. There are 4 sects that are waters only, 4 sects air, and there are 4 earth.
Mm.
In the house of Aries, Sagittarius, I believe 3 houses: Aries, Sagittarius, and which Leo. Those are fires. Okay, Sister Jenny, or whoever that person is.
Her name is Janie.
Is Jenny? What house you were born into? Was it the house of Libra? Was it the house of Sagittarius, Capricorn, Taurus? And it is by the Capricorn. So your element is earth, because the house of Capricorn is earth. So do you know the day that you were born? So you can get your color and your perfume, or your cologne, or the day that is yours. Do you know?
I didn't even recognize this. And you just brought it like a full circle for me. I love perfume. I love to smell just radiant. And, sometimes you can smell people and they just, perk you up. And you think you can wear everything. And I cannot wear everybody's perfume and cologne. And for a long time, I didn't know what the problem was. I mean, what triggered the problem. Okay, like Elizabeth Taylor, oh my goodness, God rest her soul. She had a fragrance called White Diamonds. Love the smell of it in the bottle. Couldn't put it on my skin. And every place I sprayed it, these little bumps came up. And so am I allergic to perfume? So I started using body oils.
Mhm.
And the body oils smell great and they last long. I found that out. And you have to know that everything that you come in contact is really not for you. You have to be able to
Yes.
discern what is going to help me be stronger so I can take this strength out into my community and help them become stronger. And the community members take it out into the city and the state and so on and so forth. And we come together like this because we're not supposed to be separated. We are not supposed to be at one another's throats. We are supposed to be in tune and in commune with our brothers and sisters and their children and their children. And it is our responsibility to do the best we can and working with the earth. I just want y'all to see. I got my big crystal right here. I
Yes.
got my rock right here. I sit and I put them in my purse when I leave the house.
Good.
And so, and I put sage. We burn sage, and they would come and say, "Girl, what you done? Like getting rid of these evil spirits, and am I gonna let you in the door?" Since you gotta ask me, what am I doing in my house? Sometimes I just have to check them, Big Levi.
You have to. Now, beloved, before, if you would allow me to answer some of the question Sister Joanne and Danny and Cynthia asked, uh, let me go ahead and brush a little on what you just showed here. The sister just showed a crystal quartz. A lot of people don't know this. This crystal quartz that you have in your hand, this one is called a quantum computer. Okay, with this thing that the sister have, you can travel the dimension, you can travel the universe, the multiverse, you can go to other planet, you can go to any of the planet. We've done this, Brother Prime Black can tell you, and it will record in this crystal.
Mhm.
These things that you have in your hand, they can drop an atomic bomb in your house. It will just absorb it and use it as a source of power. That's how powerful this thing is. Okay. Now we're done with this. Let us move in with the beloved Cynthia and Janie. Well, with Janie, we know you were born in the house of Capricorn and you were born on December 31st, but we need the day as if where you were born on Monday, you can Monday, Tuesday, whatever the day, you can look at your birth certificate or you can do a little Google research. Let's say you can say what day was January 31st of 1971, and it will tell you, oh, it was Tuesday, it was Thursday. We need the day, the name of the day, not the date. So the day, okay. All right. So, Sister Janie, let me see if I have
He
my.
was born on the 31st of December. All of
Okay.
us are December babies.
Okay.
Not all of us.
All
So
right.
Clemens, she was born in January, day after my husband's birthday.
January 31st, 1952. Let's see what day that was. Excuse me. I'm doing a little search. What day was January 31st, 1952?
And
19.
it's your birthday, Cynthia. Happy birthday, my sister. Happy birthday. Here's a round of applause. Oh,
January. Oh boy, which one I am?
Cynthia.
Oh.
You were Cynthia, January 31st, 1952.
Cynthia, January 31st, 1952, you are what they are called, what we known as a Zedekite. You were born under the influence of the planet Jupiter. Your color every Thursday, we would advise you to wear blue. Now, a Zedekite by nature, they are from the house of royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they are the king and the queens. Those are the people that they choose to rule the nation. Zedekites, like Sister Cynthia, those are the people that are the managers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the leaders. They are the one that by if the sister, if you should be somebody that is very wealthy, but sometimes that's not the case. Anybody that are the Zedekites or the Jupiterian, they are born with with a royalty heir, with a kingly queen.
Yes, that picture, absolutely. She is absolutely a very regal and royal woman.
Yeah.
She and her husband, they have a bookstore in Columbus, Ohio.
Hey, that's what it is. They're supposed to be managers, businessmen, very intelligent, wealthy people. That's what it's supposed to be. If you're not this, walk towards it.
Right.
So, beloved sister, you should you should wear every Thursday, you wear your color, which is blue. Now, there is a perfume or cologne that is for you. Now, what we meant by this, let's say this Thursday coming up tomorrow, you wear blue and you wear your perfume and you wear your metal. Your metal is tin. Okay, mine is gold, and everybody else will tell you your metals. So you wear your metal, you wear your color, you wear your perfume. Okay, and then every Thursday is your day. That's the day you don't mess with people. That's the day you meet. If you have a business meeting, you go there, you meet exactly on Thursday. And then when you meet these businessmen, women, you don't sit down, you sit up, you let them sit down first, because you are the leader and you are the person. On Thursday, if you're gonna go to the bank and ask for a loan, you go on Thursday. And if you're gonna do anything important, try to do it on a Thursday, because
Wait, I gotta stop you, sir.
yes.
You didn't get the memo. Okay, Prime, I'm gonna get you. We don't do if, maybe, try. No, you do the doggone thing. Like you can't sit there and say, well, if I was something. No, you're doing it. You're doing what you're supposed to do. I want you to take that out of your vocabulary, young man.
Thank you, beloved. But what I wanted to
I know what
say,
you're saying, though.
for instance, I'm giving the sister the example. Like, let's say that if you want to go to the bank, you have a job interview, and you cannot, let's say the job interview, they just set up the interview on Friday, and then you said, well, Friday may not be too good for me, can I come on Thursday? Then that's good, because on Thursday, you know what, all the spirits, all the angels that are over this day, they are with you on that day. So you put your intention, you got a whole army and soldiers coming with you. And then when you sit down in this place and stuff, there is no way you can get this job. But once again, my apology for not knowing about the if.
Oh yeah, because you are not an if guy, and a lot of the if I lose 50 pounds, or when I, if I, find a man, if I find a woman, if maybe, maybe the right one to come up to me, but you don't make yourself presentable to be attracted to. You gotta be comfortable in your own skin, comfortable in your own space, and comfortable with your own spirit. And that seems like a lot, but don't you think that those are at least the basic qualities to help you get to yourself and help to get that you get to know you? Because
Yes,
we
I
good putting the facade up. Oh, look, you can go a beautiful beard. I can put on my hair, makeup, and wardrobe. But when it really comes down to it, you're not comfortable in your authentic skin. What would you say to, especially our young people,
Mhm.
who want to get there and they don't know how to do it? You and I. Well, you're a lot younger than me. I'm old enough to be your auntie.
Yes, I
Okay,
am.
we're going with the auntie part. I'm old enough to be your mother,
I
and
am.
my son is older than you. So are my shoes, and to have this great wisdom at such a young stage in your life,
Yes.
because your spirit will continue to go on. What you start, you will finish it. What do you and how do you replenish yourself when you're giving all of this agency away to people who really need it?
Well, where there is a way, there is a will. Where there is a will, there is a way. To answer the first question concerning the people that want to get better at life, one thing you must understand, you have to go to what we call an introspection. And then the second step, you have to go to, who am I? What am I? What is my mission? What is my gift? What is my color? What is my guardian angel? What am I here for? Those questions need to be asked, and important, above all, answered. And introspection. If you truly need to move, that is my advice, our advice, to move through life, you're gonna have to sit in silent darkness, close your eyes, and take a good look at yourself, and ask yourself, Am I a scumbag? Am
Now,
I a bad person?
just rip the bandage off of it. Just
Yes.
snatch it off. You know
Because
the skin gonna come off with it. You've been holding so
beloved,
long.
one thing we really don't want to talk about is the people that we hurt, whether intentionally or unintentionally. We always prior to talk about that person that break my heart, or this person cheated me, or that guy swagger jacked me, he stole from me. But what about you? Did you do things in the past that actually hurt people? You're gonna have to take a good look about that. You're gonna have to tell yourself, am I an abuser?
Mhm.
Do I abuse my heart? Do I abuse my kidneys? Do I abuse my liver, my lungs? Because they are alive, they are talking to me. Am I ignoring them? Do I love myself? Remember, you have to begin with self love. It is said that self love is the greatest cunning. Self love is so cunning, is greater than any cunning man in the world. We have the writer François de la Rochefoucauld, which is an ancient French philosopher. He said, self love is the greatest of flatterers.
Mm.
You want to be flattered? Look in the mirror. You
See,
want to be flattered? You want to be good at everything? Start working on yourself. Ask yourself certain questions. Do I have a temper? Do you, are you that person that get angry easily?
mm,
You're gonna have to look past those things, those petty things. No pride, beloved sister, but you have to, certain things are below you, they are beneath you. You
yeah.
don't have to give your emotion or energy on petty things. Certain problem cannot be resolved, but they can damn well be outgrown.
See, now you have spoken only the truth on that part. First, I want to ask you, what's a swagger jacket? A swagger
Well,
jacker?
swagger jack is another term for
Swagger jack. I have.
swagger jack is another term for stealing, but in that well, for instance, you have this show here, and then you have this platform, the way that you do it, and somebody watch your show, okay, they're on the background being very silent, and then they went out there, they took the same topic, the same quality, and they call themselves, instead of mother love, they call themselves love mother, and
Mm.
then they wear the same thing, they talk about the same stuff. That's called a swagger jack.
Wait, I have been swagger jacked so many times.
Oh, yes.
I, so put a word to it because, and oftentimes I'm like, okay, did I say anything wrong? Did I do anything wrong? This is my least favorite thing to say. Well, no, it isn't. Not really. But when they would say we're going in a different direction, okay, that means okay. If you've done all the groundwork for us, my love, thank you very much. Thank you for playing. Bye bye. And they'll do it with somebody else, and I was like. I mean, I could not tell you the people that were call. God, didn't you take that to the studio one time? Wait a minute, I was there when you guys were creating this.
Yes.
Boy, this is the way I feel.
That's all they did to our people. Let
You
me
know,
let me
and
go a
we
little
do
bit.
that to each other.
Yes.
We do
Beloved,
that to each.
let me go ahead a little bit further to what you just said.
Mm.
Excuse me.
Take your time.
In the light of you talking about the Native American, and a lot of people, they dress as so-called Native American, and then people assume they are Native American because they lost the knowledge of who are the true Native, which is us.
Mhm.
Now, this is a form of swagger jack. Some of you may be familiar with the so-called the K-pop phenomenon, or Korean pop music.
Mhm.
What is pop music? Pop music is black music, is popular music. Rock and roll is another word. It's a black woman. Jazz is black music. The origin of the name jazz mean back in the 1910s or in the 1920s, when our people were doing before the Jim Crowism, during the lynching era, they like to play music, and then the music that they were playing, white people used to mock them and say, this is a jackass music. They call it a jackass music, and the slang for jackass is called jazz.
Mhm.
That's where the J and the AZZ is Jason from Jack, which is a male donkey, and as, which mean as jazz music. So all those things are things that our people come with.
Mhm.
Now, if you're familiar with the Korean K-pop, if you go in
I've
Korea
heard 'em. I've
or,
seen.
or, or China, if you ask any Chinese, say, who invented hip hop music? They'll tell you Mao Zedong did. They tell you the Chinese did. In Korea,
Chinese created hip hop music.
that's what they taught them. They did everything. Some of you may have seen certain videos circulating on social media. They have those Chinese, those Korean, Japanese are making their hair kinky. They are making dreadlocks because they love our cultures and
Everything.
yeah, everything. And our people, we are not taking advantage of that. One of us is not saying, you know what, let me go to Japan and open a school where I can teach them how to do hair.
Mm.
Those Koreans are singing and dancing like you, which is a copy and swagger jack. Why can't some of us go to Korea, open a school, a dancing school? You have the women trying to twerk, which I'm not advertising.
None of you came up with, because that comes right from the motherland.
Yeah.
You look at the dances, and even with the children, especially the females. And I know a lot of y'all thought you came up with twerking. And no,
it's been there. It's been
there. It's an African dance. First time I ever saw it was when I actually saw it. We went to Africa, and I was like, "Oh, my butt moved like that. I lose weight about 15 minutes."
The original name of twerking is called mapuka. Mapouka. Mapuka. So that's the thing. But then again, beloved, most of us, we don't take advantage of this. So the so-called Korean, they swagger jack our music, and they are making billions of it. We don't even rap anymore. We don't do
too much.
Country music. We don't do R&B anymore. Everything now on the radio is completely trash and garbage, because our people, they let others come and swagger jack our stuff and come out there and then literally just take over. You got certain people that are not our people, and people just, he's leading the culture. You got this guy on YouTube, which has a YouTube channel, this DJ dude, and every one of our people always go to this guy and tell him the stories, instead of going to people like you and tell our stories and tell our messages and tell our wisdom and share. So the brethren and sister that are watching will feel some kind of, not pride, but honored. They go to another person and tell them our business. There are certain secrets you should not be divulged to the so-called others, only to your own. So to answer your question, for the people that truly want to find themselves, first you gotta show self-love. A lot of you are out there, all you do is showing everybody love except for yourselves. Go out of your way to serve others and make sure you suffer the karma for others, and then you ignore yours. You will go out of your way, especially the people that born on Friday, like that sister Jenny. They are the people that born under Venus, the planet of love. The people born on Friday, they are the embodiment of love, and we call them the Nogahites. And one thing we always say, the people that are the Nogahites women, they easily fall in love, and then they have a very bad reputation because they love people. So people think that they are easy, but they are not. But the thing is, when it comes to those things, you have to study yourself first. Once you realize who you are, who's your guardian angel, how to communicate with it, what's your color, what's your perfume. Once you start doing this, you know what you do, beloved? You become what we referred as an airport phenomenon, or the helipad. You become an airport. That means if you are, for instance, the sister, tomorrow you were blue, you were your cologne, you were your metal, you were everything, and then you become a walking airport. The energy of the so-called Jupiter, the wealth energy, will fly, and it won't see who's bearing or have all the attributes. And when they see you wearing the color, you attract them. You're wearing the perfume, the energy will land on you.
Now, what would be the if you don't? Well, I wanted to ask. You see what the colors are. You know what to do. Can you go off to another? If say you, like you said, that one color is blue on Thursday, you wear your blue on Thursday. What if you were born, like I said, on a Monday or a Tuesday? I think it was Monday morning, at 3:12 in the a.m. when I hit the planet. And so now, I've always felt like, well, my whole family are very in tune with the world. What people would say, is magical, or whatever adjective they want to do. And Can you do that? And would I be able to pull the elements from somebody if on a Thursday? Would that strengthen me, or do I just whatever color I'm supposed to wear perfume with, I work and stay with that, and the
Yes,
spirits will get to know me, and I get to know them.
yes. First, let me clarify. You said you were born on a Monday, right?
Yes, early
Now,
Monday morning.
the people that were born on Mondays, they are under the influence of the moon, which means the moon is known as Levana. This is a Hebrew word. So those people, we call them the Levanaites. The Levanaites, they have 28, so to speak, hidden talents or personality.
Mhm.
People that are born on they are the there are two unique people. There are the people that are born on Sunday and people that are born on Monday. The people that are born on Monday are so unique. They are the only people that can adapt to any reality, anything. They can become, if they want to become like me or Solarian, they can. They can adapt because they go by the phases of the moon. For instance, a guy like Eddie Murphy, he was born on Monday. And people are here familiar with Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy play a movie. He plays 6, 7 characters. And
Mhm.
you won't even know until you're watching the behind the scene. You
Right.
realize, like, wait, that was him? He
Yep.
this guy, you wouldn't even know.
I didn't know.
So that's what a Levana Heights can do. They can adapt to pretty much anything. You take a Levana Heights or people that born on Monday, you drop him in the sea, they become a fish. You take them to an airplane, you throw them out of the airplane, they become a bird. You throw them in the fire, they become a dragon.
Hey,
Because
hey, quit telling my stuff. I ain't ask you all that. And that is really the case. That's why I asked, because the days intermingle, and you said that we could drop into anything. I used to drive a school bus, and I was driving junior high school kids. And you know how rowdy and crazy junior high school kids are. Okay, I had them. I told them, I'm the only adult on this bus. And I was a big girl at the time. I said, now you know I could get to step out that door and y'all will crash. Don't test me. I would have never did nothing, but it got them in check because they knew anything jump off on this bus, we're gonna handle it. And so one day, one of the principals came out to meet my bus, and she said to me, she said, I'm gonna tell you, I'm giving you a name. I'm just gonna call you the chameleon because nothing seems to phase you. I'm like, it
that,
does phase me, but I'm a bullvine. You know, a bullvine can walk up the side of a building. So what do you expect? I'm
that
just saying.
That's a great thing. But one thing is the so-called Levanahite or people born in Monday, they are the one that are most likely to be diagnosed with a bipolar disorder because their personality, they change everywhere. It's nothing wrong because that's what they are. They can adapt. People, they are the people you can keep tab on because they can switch at any time, and then they are very difficult to vanquish in a fight, or so to speak. Now, concerning your caller, the color of people that were born on Monday is white, and their metal is silver. And the perfume, I don't have the book with me. The perfume is something else. So every Monday, for instance, for you, you will wear either all white or something white and wear your silver. And then on Monday, this is your day. You don't get involved in argument with him. You don't get involved in argument with her. You don't get into petty things. You be at peace. You call the guardian angel of the day, which is Gabriel, and the archangel, which is Gabriel. And then of course, being a Levanahite, you're also very good at imagination and dream. Remember, the moon influence you a lot. Make sure you pay attention to the phases of the moon. When the moon is increasing, waxing, when it is decreasing, waning, you pay attention to all of that. Okay. And the movement of the water and the sea and things like that, you pay attention on this. Every Monday you perform certain things that are important unto you. You do it on your day. However, you can all the days. The reason why we say this, beloved, don't make it like, oh well, I'm bound by Monday only, I'm
Right.
bound by Thursday.
That's what I was.
All the days are for you. If you were, you would have leave every Monday and then you die for a day, and then the next time, the next Monday, you revive. No,
You
you
know,
live every day, all the day are for you. However,
that's what I wanted to
yeah.
know. Because
However,
I want to take advantage of all that, because
yeah,
that I
all,
love when
yes,
I love when the aura comes around me and my colors
yes,
change and they get more intense and get brighter. Uh,
yes.
Wait, but I
It's true.
wanted to share this with you about some about K-pop.
Mhm.
She says K-pop is taking over our youth. We have to teach our children their own history so they know where they come from, and they all are of the great things that we have done. And look at all the great things
True.
we have done. And
True.
we've done some amazing, amazing things. We are on the backs of our ancestors. This country was built. I mean, tomorrow is the beginning of Black History Month. We'll take that part out. Who has influenced you the most in your travel, in your journey?
I will say is the beloved brother Wyclef Jean. As a child, listening
And
to
he's from Haiti.
yes, listening to the Fugees, Lauryn Hill, which I was madly, I had a huge crush on Lauryn Hill, and listening to Price and Wyclef. Those are the people that had the greatest, so to speak. I'd say influence on me because it took a village to raise a child. If I tell you about my people, the ways I was raised, my stepfather, my mother, the others, the teachers, my greatest thing, the greatest memory I had in my entire life, my was my childhood and high school. Be able to move and travel with my beloved. But yes, Wyclef Jean is the guy that really had the greatest impact on my life. His album, The Carnival, Lauryn Hill, the album, Price, the album. That's how I learned to speak English. Is through the Fugees. I literally, well, I swagger jack the album. I recorded on tape and I bought the lyrics and I translate all of them. That's how I learned how to speak English, to listen to old school rap music, so to speak. And then I become so influenced and the music where Wycliffe was telling our people to do good, do something better. Always stand on the shoulders of the elders so you can see further. So that's why I did and I followed through and I keep on the tradition going. So yes, this is the person that influenced me the most. But there are others, a lot of
I
writers.
want to ask you, what was your native language?
The native language is Creole or Creole. Okay, and a lot of people don't know this. The Louisiana Purchase, what you may call it, it's in the 1700 France or France own Canada, which is bigger than the United States. They own Louisiana all the way to the Pacific coast.
Mhm.
So in 1796 or 1804, when they went to war in Haiti and they lost, the Haitians, the army decimated the French army, which back then was like the American army that you see here. They were the most powerful army, yet our people vanquished them. There is a universal law, a universal war law, just like you have the one that said for the POWs or the prisoners of war, you can kill them. There are international law. And one of those laws stated that to the victor go the
Go
spoil.
boil.
So whoever come and fight you or you fight this person, is this you vanquish this nation is now subject unto you. Whatever that they own become yours.
Mhm.
That's why when the Haitian beat France, Canada become a part of Haiti. That's why in 1806 Haiti become an empire. We had the first emperor named Jacques Premier or Jean-Jacques Dessalines. So Haiti, by law, international law, they're well aware of that. On Canada, Louisiana, and all the way to the Pacific Ocean. When they asked the emperor, the His Majesty, well, now that we're on the land, can we go? Should we go over there and take it? And he laughed. He said, "No, we're not going to." He said, "We're not going to take over our brethren land. They are still asleep. Once they wake up, they will be the land. We can steward the land, being a stewardess on the land.
Mhm.
But our brothers are not yet awake. This is a revolution part one. Part two will be for them. So revolution or the next revolution is here. It's going to be ignited here. It's our brethren, our sister here that's going to do it. So yes, that's the native language is Creole, and my second language is French, and my third is English. My fourth is Latin. My fifth is German or Deutsche, and then I'm learning Japanese and other few other language that we are learning.
Okay. Say hello to Mother Love in Japanese. Oh, you said you were learning that.
Well, yes, I can say hello. It's Ohio.
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 Because I ain't not.
Yeah, Ohio, mother love. Well, we say in Japanese, you'll say "Ohio mother love you," because the Japanese they use any foreign word they add either a u or boo at the end of it. So Ohio mean good morning, hello. That's what it means. But in French, it would be bonjour. Yeah.
Comment allez-vous aujourd'hui?
Comment allez-vous? There you go. You know, and Creole will be the same. So it is always best, it was good. I always advise our beloved to learn a second language.
Absolutely.
The one thing that they forbid the so-called Black American is not to learn other language or speak or just search other culture. They always want them to have one language, be limited.
Right, and they want you to speak the language they speak. And I found out that, you know how they'll say, especially people of color down here and down south, they'll say, "Oh, you know how y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Okay, I'm opening the door. Okay, go ahead." You don't know what the heck they're saying. Found out that was not our way of learning. And even growing up from a little kid, they made me go to school till I was 16. I went to school 6 days a week. Okay, but it paid off. I can answer the Jeopardy questions. But nonetheless, what was I telling you? When they want to take everything away from you, and they used to say in school, "Oh, she talk white. Oh, she talk white like that." I'm like, where the white part come from? How could you even think that I talk white? I speak. Oh, and when we were growing up, we were not allowed to speak like that. You had to put a cross on the T. You had a dotted I. You better know where to comma. You better know this. My mother did not play that. She said, when you mastered the English language, you know, then you can jack it up and you go learn another language.
Yes,
always adamant about that, and it just has amazed me that people in the United States like push back. Oh, they don't need to learn a foreign language. Okay, but they shouldn't travel abroad too.
That's
another thing. Did you know that the average American does not move 25 miles from where they grew up?
They don't. It's true. Some of them barely go in the backyard. That's true. Some people they go home, go to sleep, go to work, and that's it. Repeat, and then they continue this loop until they die.
And they hate it. They hate their job. You know, that's the one that gets me. If you hate your job, if there's not a job, because you know what job stands for, right? Just over broke. And if you don't like your just over broke position that you're in, and you can't find, any place else that will fill your heart up, fill your spirit up, make you want to jump up out the bed, that is when it is your time to create your lane.
That's true. I agree. Again, beloved, when it comes to the others, the people that hate their job, so to speak, the other side, remember one thing: those folks never truly did work for their money. Their forefathers, their ancestors, they had to enslave our people. They love to say, "Well, black people are the laziest. They don't want to do this and that." What or the so-called Asian, Japanese, and Chinese, they are hard workers. So, okay, if they're so-called the Asian, the German, and the Chinese are the hard worker, why didn't you back in the 1700 enslave them and make them work? You took the laziest people out of all of them, you enslaved them and make them work. Remember, those people have been living from the labor of our people. So now they truly have to work, and they hate it. They just hate it. Like, everybody's complaining now. Oh, the rent is too much. Everything is too much. It's so crazy. It's always been like this. Hey, our people, it's been like this. Hey, welcome to our world, man.
Right.
Now you are in this sauna with us. You locked up in this furnace and this oven. It's not that as comfortable as your 24-hour AC place you used to be. Now it's very uncomfortable. You're going to have to do the work. You used to tell us, hey, pull yourself by the bootstrap. Do this, do that. Now you find yourself in the same situation. It's not as comfortable. It's like, but yeah, you're going to have to do it.
And they seem like they don't have bootstraps. We were taught that when we were growing up, to the point now they've got, the education system here is just like sucking the big one. When you have kids that go from middle school to high school and they don't read further than a third grade level, that is a problem with our school system. And the biggest problem that I see is, first, not paying the teachers and the educators what they are worth to teach the future. They don't need to make all that kind of money. You could pay an athlete Somebody, one of the baseball players just got a gazillion-dollar contract, but you can't start teachers start making $130,000 a year. That's not that much. Teachers are coming out of their pockets to make sure the kids got the supplies that they need. Oh, but we people could jet off on this. And you spend your money like you want to. That's on you. You made your money like you want to. You spend like you want to. But don't get angry when your roads are not repaired because you don't want to pay your taxes. When the electric company, you don't want them to build a new grid because your lights falling out and all the cable and all the gadgets. You know what I call it? Let me tell you what I call it. I call it EC, electronic crack, because they act like they can't live without it.
Live without it. It's true.
And it's with all the connectivity, do you find it kind of insane that we are more disconnected than we were before all the devices started coming into our lives?
Indeed, agreed. And one thing is when it comes to the electronics, like I said to everyone, technology is not a bad thing. It's just
you sound like Prime Black.
Yeah, it's just people have bad habits and bad intention. The internet, Facebook, and those are wonderful things that's supposed to make life easier. Yet people use it to cripple their life. And beloved, one thing it is said that we promise to our hopes, but we perform to our fear. A lot of people, beloved, they use technologies. It's in a hope of doing something better, but because of fear, they deliver this thing, and then this technology become a hinder unto them.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, a cell phone. A cell phone is made that you can actually get most of my stuff that I do through my quote unquote business. I do it through my phone. At night, beloved, 10 p.m., 9 p.m., I turn off my phone, go to sleep.
See,
Because a lot of people thought they suffer from insomnia when in fact they suffer from their phone. The moment you have your phone, you'll never go to sleep. You checking this, you're checking that, something always there to keep you distracted, and that's why they are paying the football player, the entertainers, millions of dollars, but not the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at night you turn off your phone, you read a page or 2 pages of a book, you go to sleep. You do the best you can. The first night it may not work, but in the course of a week it should be working.
Mm-hmm.
So technology is a blessing, and on one side, but is a greater curse upon our people because they don't use it properly. They don't use
isn't that life? Isn't that us as human beings? Some of us do good work and we leave our footprints like we were put on the planet to do. And some of us are trying to scheme, connive, cajole,
scam,
killing people. You know, I mean, that's some crazy stuff. I mean, you're a smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a very spiritual guy, and I appreciate you sharing your spirit with us. That's so important that we connect, that we stay connected. When they keep blaming a lot of these mass murderers on guns and guns and guns. It's people.
It is people. It's their intention. That means this person, for a long time, that person was either a murderer or a person that hated people. The gun has nothing to do. But of course, if they blame the people, and then when they keep people, you will see a specific people. Remember in the 1980s during the crack epidemic, you will remember during the course of the news station, doing the news anchors, there was a specific group of people they were pushing and say those are the violence, those are the people that make the crack and stuff, when in fact the people that they were showing did not only boat any airplane that could bring this crack here. It was always them. Suddenly now this thing become a major issue. It is not the people anymore. It is the gun. It is the crack. It is the fentanyl. Oh, this thing.
I mean, if I remember correctly, before they started turning it into crack, and they started freebasing cocaine, right?
Yes.
And then that seemed to have gotten a little expensive for some of their consumers. Then they started breaking it down. You have to have some sort of chemical talent. Thank you very much. Chemical talent to be able to break that down and turn it into rocks. So these people who were doing this were not stupid people. And then when they found out they could mass produce this, it's just like the guns in the black neighborhoods and the brown neighborhoods. They're not coming. They won't even let you and me come in, and we don't have. I don't have anything crazy like that to go into a gun store. They don't check anything, or they do. It's like, okay, yeah, Mr. Big Levi, Mr. Prime. Okay, we got you here. You look like a safe person. You don't even have to go through this stuff. And these kids are getting their hands on these. Uh, the military says the only people that should have AR-15s and AK-47s are military people at war. So because these guns are designed to maim and kill.
Yeah.
So why aren't they on our streets? We had a bank robbery down here one time, Big Levi, in downtown LA. Man, they busted in. They had flak jackets on. They had bodyproof armor on. They got the helmets. They got boots. They came in and robbed the bank, and they let them. They didn't know what was going on. But when the criminals have better ammunition than the police and the peace officers, we're in a truckload of trouble.
Oh yes, yes.
So you are very important to the universe, because a lot of it is going to have to be healing thyself and
Yes.
understand and connecting with people who understand and feel like we do. That's what's important. Danny said, "Oh, that's true." Everybody, see, I love them. They come in there and want to talk to us and let us know that they're watching. When what is one of the what is one of the or some of the big pushback from, say, people who don't understand voodoo, don't understand the practice, don't understand what it means? What are some of the misnomers that you would like to dispel?
Above all, beloved, is fear. Remember, we as a people, former slave, we were raised and beaten with fear. It always like, hey, if you do this, you're gonna go to hell. If you do this, you're gonna go to jail. If you do this, they want our people to be good Negroes, good blacks. So when you are diving into spirituality, above all, people will attack you. They'll draw backs. For instance, we have a fast going on today, started today, the 31st, and it will ended on the March 11th, officially on March the 12th. And people see that as a form of witchcraft. Anything that you yes, oh, they will attack you.
Oh, wait, hold up, wait. I'm a person who's managing type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
Okay, so I go and give my blood every 3 months to just see where I am with my A1C. Okay, so now they're saying because I do this, is something wrong with this?
Yes, it's a witchcraft thing.
Yeah.
They fear. That's what they've been doing. A lot of pushback. The pushback becoming a fear of learning. Because one thing they ponder or they pounded in the mind of our people is not to learn anything. Don't learn anything new. Don't learn anything that they taught you. Don't go out there. If they taught you one thing from birth, keep it until you die. But don't expand your mind. Well, the moment our beloved are expanding our mind, for instance, we have the group Intra Templum, we are planning to travel. We are planning to go into Europe. We are planning to go other places and check and communicate and things with other people. This is beautiful. People like you say, hey, that's good. I support that. Other people like, oh, you're gonna all this that you're gonna do this, you're gonna do stuff. It mainly the pushback we're getting is for fear. People that a lot of people, beloved, they understand one thing. They understand that you are somewhat leaving them behind. You are somewhat surpassing them, and they want you to be as miserable as they are.
See, you know what? And I just would not do it. I could not do it. And look at myself in the mirror. I mean, I've had people that I thought were my friends forever, and I had a drastic weight loss. I lost 111 pounds. When they started, like kind of getting mad at me when I quit smoking cigarettes.
That's the
and
thing.
I was like, wait, and I would say, I don't want to be around anybody who's smoking, because even if you're a non-smoker and you're around smokers, all that stuff getting in your hair and in your skin, because and I was like, no. And diabetes runs in my family rampantly. And I said, something gonna jump out the bushes and get me. I might as well make sure they got something good coming out the bushes, because they might win, but it ain't gonna be no easy win. And being able to do that, then I lost the weight. Oh, now then I got into show business, and then it was like, oh, you just trying to make us look bad.
That's the thing. That's the problem. It is always them. It is always them. If you were gaining weight, getting sick every day, you're in the hospital. Oh, we feel sorry for you, poor you. Oh, I guess that's life. I guess this. because that's what some people, they feed on those negative energies. So for instance, and always try to avoid anybody that's always focused on somewhat the haters. Oh, we're gonna do something for the haters and stuff. They feed on negative energy. Your job is to love. Your name is Mother Love. I focus on the people that love me, that supported me, that here and show me love. They support and do things. I shout out to them. I ain't got time to focus on the
Right,
hate.
and all that hate takes too much energy. All
Much
that
energy
jealousy. It's like, okay, then my baby daddy married me,
below.
right? We just celebrated our 50th year together and our 37th wedding, and we actually, had a wedding and got married. Yes, I did it for the presents and the party. You already knew that, and I got a really fine husband. I don't know what people would think that I would be married to an ugly man, and I couldn't. I mean, I don't care how fine he is out here. I want to know what his heart is like. I want to know what his spirit is like.
That's
And
the thing.
that part came with it. That was like a bonus.
Yes, yes. Again, beloved, like we said before, it is the heart. It is most people have the heart covered. Okay, you never know what they truly are thinking until they accidentally or on purpose uncover the heart, and you see they didn't have a heart at all. It was just a massive
Like
boulder
stone.
rock. Okay, and it's just sound, it's just rock, and those people are not people at all. You realize, hey, that's a demon. And again, just like the people that are talking about who's your guardian angel, you also have a quote unquote what they refer as a demon, because we are embodied of light and darkness. That's the reason you have a left hand, you have a right hand, you have two eyes, a left one and right one, you have two nose, and you again got two mouth. You got this mouth that you're speaking, and you got your belly button, which is your first mouth when you were in the spiritual realm or inside of your mother's womb. That's where you feed. When you came in the spiritual realm, this mouth is closed shut forever. But it is a very spiritual point, a very aspect. Your belly button is the separation of the electric fluid, which is above, and the magnetic fluid, which is below. In other words, the belly button is the line that crosses with the fire that is on you above and the water that is on you below.
See, to me, it makes a lot of sense. And obviously, it makes a lot of sense to some of our viewers who are watching. The one lady said, now that's important.
Yes.
One of the things that I knew that I needed to do,
Mhm.
because I'm getting all these a lot of negative energy about that when I went to, and just like you said, don't tell everybody what you think. Don't let them even get into your plan, because then
Yes.
you don't get the naysayers and the haters and the
Oh, yeah.
dream stealers.
They will
You know,
destroy
who you think you are? You see something is wrong with you. Oh, you think you better than us?
you.
And
Oh,
it took me a minute to get you. And this is my reply. I'm not better than anybody. I'm gonna tell you why you pissed off at me. You pissed off at me because I make better, smarter choices than you do. Here she go with it. Well, what do you want? What do you want? And there's a phrase: you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You can lead a unclean person to a trough, and you can't make them think.
yes.
And that's like, and oftentimes you can't fix stupid. I had to get to that point and understand that some people just really want to be heard and really want a solution to their issue. Some people just want to sit up and whine and play. Oh, Big Levi, you don't understand my problem. I'm telling you, my mother is driving me crazy. Dude, you're 28 years old. Move out. Then I'm heartless. My dad was mean to me. You're a grown man. What? So you said back to being as serious as we're going to be, because I take life with brevity. I'm living on house money. I should have been dead at 17, broke up, tore up from the floor up. And the God that I serve said, no, this is
Yes.
my daughter. This is my daughter. You ain't got nothing to do with it. And I remember waking up, and they said I couldn't have woke up and saw that because I was unconscious. And I was like, I didn't think black people could get unconscious. Thank God I found out I wasn't black. So I'm cool with that. I know you're going, what? I'm burnt sienna. You can tell what color his jacket is right here. That's a black jacket. How many shades from black am I? And that was another thing when we went to Africa. The Africans have just magnificent skin. And they're the same color all over because some of them don't, they don't have no problem walking around the beach like they naked, that are naked. But it was just so freeing and so cool. So now what would you want people to know about Big Levi and how they can get in touch with you, join you in this commune of bringing people together and bringing that spirit to all nations?
All I want the nation or whoever is asking or watching to know about me that I am just a humble servant. I am nothing more than you think I am. I'm a student for life and forever. I am learning just like as you are. It's just it might seems I'm a little bit crazier, but
Hey, and that's all right too. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Levi. Tell them how they can get in touch with you. Oh, I got it, Big Levi 12. They can email you at
yes,
gmail.com.
you can email me as biglevipriest@gmail.com. And we have a YouTube channel. We have a Big Levi backup channel, which we do the prayer every day for the 40-day fast.
Okay.
And if you wish to join the fast with us, it's coming from sun up to sundown. We don't eat after the sundown. You eat. If you work overnight, you go from sundown to sunset. So you can contact us. You can call me at 786-512-6797. And I believe the beloved brother will post the contact number. You can
Okay.
contact us. There is an Instagram also, uh, a TikTok, which is Big Levi 12. You
Big
will
Levi
find both.
12.
Yes,
And I also understand that you're writing a book.
yes,
Okay.
yes. The
So
book.
so I'm just letting you know right now,
Mhm.
you got to put me on the list so we could discuss your book.
Yes, the
Okay.
book will be most likely it will be published on March the 12th.
Okay.
We're just having minor difficulties, but overall the book is, I would say, the 50 is 60% complete, and we just have some touch up to do and put things because we're looking at the legal aspect. And once we get the legal things, jargons done, and the book will be published, and I will be back here to discuss the chapters and certain things with you.
Thank you so very much. And I gotta thank Prime Black. I love him. I love him. Thank you so much for connecting with us and spreading your love and sharing your spirit. Listen, babies, I thank you all so very much. And remember that let me tell you where you can get the social media for Mother Love. Here you go. Facebook at the Mother Love Show, X at Mother Love Show. That's YouTube at Mother Love Show, TikTok at The Mother Love Show, Instagram at Mother Love Show, and Indeed at The Mother Love Show. We love you. We thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Levi, Big Levi, baby. That's what we got going on. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you, beloved sister, for having me. It
It was
was
my
an
pleasure.
honor.
Thank you. Okay, I think you get everything.